Peace. What's up, people? It's early in the morning. Man, I'm barely up on the first cup of coffee, but I had to get to this right away because I was going to do it last night. It was about 12 or 1 o'clock. And reading this book here, Seth Speaks. Anyway, I think I'm moving through dimensions, and I'm going to give some examples. I'm going to give an example of this book right here. I got this book, so it says it began, September of 1963. Well, I've already been having these crazy. Sent Case a message, emailed him, and I'm like, dude, this book, just, the first page says September 1963, because I had been telling him about, the 369 thing with me. Email, and also followed up, and I fired one in because I was like, what day is this? Because, like I'm telling you, 999, just nines everywhere. It's always nines. The clock always changes. It's always 9. But anyway, yeah, it would have been 10:15. So 10:15, 2018. When you add all those numbers together, 1 plus 1 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1 plus 8 comes to 18, of course, and then 1 plus 8 is 9. So anyway, come to 9. So I fire right back, another one. Dude, this is, such and such. This is on the, this is all equals up to 9. Here's 9 again, because everything is 9. I got an immediate response. I go on my email, and it's case. It says case, and under that, I'm almost positive it said case. Because I was excited when I see it. I was like, damn, this dude's getting right back to me, because he never gets right back. Anybody who deals with Case Parks knows very rarely does he get right back with you, unless, I guess, you got a direct line to him or whatever. But anyway, so, but what it said was, on my, it's got the notifications on your emails, you can see, and it'll have the first few lines, it'll say who it's from, and the first few lines or the subject, whatever. And it said, you're in the I am. And the I am was in quotes and capitalized. And I clicked on it. Dink. And it was an email from Case. It said, one of the best books on the planet. By the way, did you do the follow-up video yet? Because I've got a video I'm posting today. I've been really bad about getting these up. I've got just other things going on. But it said, you are in the I am. Click on it. It says, one of the greatest books on the planet. By the way, did you do your follow-up video? I answer him back, no, and say a few other things, whatever. So I click back, go back. I think I fired him another email because I was geeked. I was just geeked at, because this shit's freaking me out, you know what I mean? Well, the I am, you're the I am. I can see I can see where it says case. And it says one of the best books on the planet. I see that email, but where's the email where he sent that said you're in the I am? It's not there. And here's another thing. I'd seen my email address right under it, and the second email that I sent him right there. So I click on it, and I see that I accidentally sent it to myself. So I go down and forward it, I think is what you click, the button, forward it, sent that to him, which he never did respond on any of it. He's busy, whatever, I don't care. But, okay, now, I had been telling him about an incident I had back in February where the text had come off the page, and I'm going to have a video about this, it's fucking amazing, but the text had come off the page, and I had literally seen, like, I could feel the power of the symbols, which are letters, to conform together to create words, sounds. And it's a conveyance of what's crazy, it's a conveyance of information. We don't realize how our intention through symbols is conveying information. We all say, oh, but anyway. So I'm like, damn, this is talk, because like chapter 6, I think it is, or chapter 4 or something in that book, it begins to talk about text, and it begins to talk about the, the written word the power of the written word, the energy that goes into the written word, um, the creativity of the written word, and then the reception of such energy and creativity to convey information. And that shit is like just exactly what happened to me in February, but I couldn't wrap my mind around it. I didn't know what it all meant. I just knew. I felt the words. I actually put the book down. It was The Reconnection by Dr. Eric Pearl. When I was on I think it was the second or third time I was reading it, and I was halfway through it, and I actually put the book down, and I didn't start reading it again until about 2 or 3 months ago, maybe about a month and a half, 2 months ago, because I could feel the power of the words. It was like weight on me. It was kind of weird, man. It was kind of weird, and I'm going to talk about that too and something else, because anyway, let me get back to this. So I'm like, wow, this it's talking about sort of what I experienced. So I go on to reading. A day or two goes by, and I'm reading it in the evenings and the mornings when the house is real quiet. And because dude, this book ain't no joke. You really gotta be on it and to comprehend what is going on in this book. So last night, it's about midnight. I have me a little hat light on. My wife's in bed asleep, so I got a little hat light, and I'm laying there reading. And it comes to, you're in the I am. The I amness. It just hit me like a ton of bricks, dude. So then I started going back. My mind is spinning. I'm like, oh my God, you know what I mean? This book keeps talking about the shit that's going on with me. Each page, it seems like it's just something that, is either explaining what's happening to me or making some sense of it, or just at the very least, touching on, the subjects that's going on with me. So I'm sitting there thinking, and I even woke her up. I said, hey, have you ever heard of anybody deleting an email? Because at first I had assumed that Kay sent it and then changed his mind, deleted it. And she's like, no, I think once you send an email, it's gone. It goes. You can't delete it. It goes. You can delete it from your page or your, whatever, your email thing or history. But you can't stop it once it goes or some kind of thing like that, which I think that's true. I don't know. Maybe you guys know, but. So then I'm like, what the hell? So then, just like with the broom and the light bulb, I knew. I don't think it was Case that was telling me. I think it was me that was telling me. I can't even. I don't know if you heard that. It was my stomach. Wow. This is hard for me to describe, dude. But I knew, or I thought I knew, or it feels like maybe I sent that to me from another dimension. Since I don't really believe in space-time as a linear thing, I believe everything's happening now. It's hard for me to think that I jumped in time. But that's what it's like. It's like I jumped in time in a different dimension. Send myself to I know this is crazy, man. Everything, the shit I'm going to tell you guys is absolutely insane. And I don't know if anybody else is doing this. I'm putting my shit out there at the risk of ridicule, because I mean, how could you not think that I'm insane? How could you not think that this is the craziest shit you ever heard? So here's all the things that's been happening. What started to get me to even thinking something is strange, or something, what's getting me to think that I'm creating something and causing something to happen is this time change. It started in maybe December of 2017 into January of 2018. It was somewhere in there, because everything started steamrolling after the Mandela Effect. So what starts happening with, and I'm reading about synchronicities, hearing about them, but I'm not really having them yet. The one thing that the Synchronicities learning about them did do, what I did learn about them, is that when I learned about Synchronicities, I had realized, this number thing. I was like, oh my God, I've been waking up at 4:44 at least 5 or 6 times a week for probably the last 2 years. At first, I thought it was something crazy like the Amityville Horror, I thought it was something bad, I thought I was going to kill somebody, why am I, I'm being possessed or whatever. So I was always like, I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus Christ type thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of scared of it at first. I'm like, why do I keep waking up at 4:44, 4:40? So then I started just assuming that one of my neighbors gets up and goes to work, then goes out and starts his car, and it must be, some noise that I'm hearing, so I just wake up and go use the bathroom. That was my first experience about Synchronicities, like, wow, yeah, the 4:44, and then sometimes it was 3:33, but always 4:44, constant. I'm talking about this went on for a few years. It just got to be where I just didn't think, I didn't know what it meant, I didn't think any more about it, I just assumed that it was, somebody making noise, a neighbor or somebody like that. Anyway, so now, fast forward, once I am awakened by the Mandela Effect, obviously if that doesn't wake you up, nothing will. The 4:44 thing starts dying off. But now what's happening is every time I look at the clock, or about 90% of the time, and I'm always feeling the urge to look at the clock, look at my clock, it equals 9, and then it'll change. Right when I look at it. Now, I'm not talking about, I sit there and stare at it. I don't even stare at it for over a second. I don't even stare at it. I just look at it, changes. I mean, when I look at it, it changes. I do the math, it equals 9. It's either 7:02 or 6:12 or 9 o'clock, 8:01, 2:34, 4:23, 4:32, 3:42, 1:44, and that's another thing, is the 44s. I always catch 7:44, 8:44, 1:44, 12:44, never ending. But this 4:44 in the morning thing comes to pretty much a halt. In the last, since I was awakened a year ago, it may have happened 10 times at the most. I did get a 5:55 yesterday morning and a 2:22, and missed the other ones, but I got like 12 time changes. The time changes is what I'm addicted to. I'm addicted to it now when it leaves me, because it goes, there's ebb and flows, and I'm starting to think it has to do with the moon cycles. Because I notice as we start getting closer to the full moon, it seems like it picks back up again, and then it'll kind of die down to where I'm only getting like 2 or 3, maybe 4 time changes a day. Yesterday, like I said, there was 10 or 12. I get the urge to look at the clock, it changes. 80% of the time it equals 9. Like last night, I laid down in bed, looked over at the clock, it was 11:15, changed to 11:16. So, immediately. Then I've got, like I say, it happened all day, but that was the last one, I believe, for the night. So anyway, so I start to think that, since 9 is the God number, and we're all creators, and the time is changing, and I'm trying to be taught this lesson that I create, that I am a creator, that I am. So I'm starting to think, is it me? Am I jumping from time to, am I jumping in time, or jumping through a different dimension, and it takes a second? I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my mind around it, but I'm getting this feeling that the message has to do with the I am, or the creator. You're a creator, and that you can change things, or that something has to do with change. Why is it changing? I'm trying to really decipher this thing, right? So I also would watch videos like Case's video, and then I would go back and watch it, and the video's different. And I asked him, I've got it, I think in my other video, one of my videos, and I asked him if he changed, like the Mandela Effect, and there's a few other ones of his videos that have changed. You know, he'll say a few things, just a couple sentences that I take to heart, and I go back to watch them, and that part's not there, and I'm like, you know I heard that because it's something that I felt, you know. So that's strange, and it's happening with a few videos, not just his. So then the next thing that's happening is, this is hard to explain. I'll watch a video. Let's say it's a 30-minute video. Get 15 minutes into the video will start over. Like, you know, I just watched ABC. This starts over and going ABC, or let's just call it CDF or DEF, okay? Because that'll put it down here. So it starts over. DEF starts over. I'm like, what? You know, first couple times I thought, oh, these people screwed up. You know, they accidentally took 2 clips, put them on back to back, and didn't catch it, and just posted it. After the second or third time, I'm starting to get suspicious of this, so I would go back and start the video over. You know, you take that little red thing, go all the way back. So I bring that little ball all the way back where it starts over. Well, it starts over, and the shit that I just watched is not on that first part of the DEF is not there. It's actually ABC. It's the beginning of the video. But I just watched the second part of the video. But here's what's crazy. The beginning of the video that I did not just now watch, I've already seen. I don't know when I seen it, but I already know the information. I'm like, I already seen this. You know what I mean? I already seen this. This has happened 8 to 10 times. It's creepy. It's you know, things that are happening to me. Like last night, I was asking my wife, man, do you think I'm okay? You know, I might sound emotional because it's fucking with me, man. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, you know, I don't know how to deal with this. I mean, I do know how to deal with it. I'm dealing with it, right? But I don't know how to wrap my mind around it. I was always a smart kid who grew up, and I would take things apart to see how they worked. And probably my point is I dissect the shit out of it, and I figure out how it works. I figure things out. I have to know how that works. I have to know why, you know. And this here is like just it doesn't go with my conventional way of thinking. It's just, you know, it's just blowing me away. So anyway, that's going on. Then the synchronicity thing, you know, this Colorado thing, it just doesn't stop. There's even more things about Colorado that's come up. The light bulb, you know, when, like I told you in the other video, my buddy had come over, and the Colorado thing came back up. When I walked up, I set the broom down on the corner of the house right there. And what's crazy is right there where you step off my step, there's, I don't know why, but somebody had poured a little, it's about a 2 foot by 2 foot pad. The rest of it's all grass right here. That broom was leaned up against the house, but the bristles, the bottom part of the broom was on that 2 foot pad. I go talk to my buddy, come back, I'm on the back porch cleaning shit up. You know, I'm starting to get, you know, like, damn, you know, we're getting pushed. It's like we're getting pushed towards Colorado type of thing, you know. And I'm excited, but I'm scared, and I'm, you know, how you get when you're like, oh, you know, big move about the, you know, in my mind, trying to, I don't know, just, I'm thinking about it, you know, how are we going to do this? What are we going to do? This and that, but I've got to do this, and I've got to take care of Mom, and all these other things. Anyway, I'm cleaning stuff up, and I pick up this light bulb, and I hold it up to see if the elements burn out, because I was going to throw it away if it was burnt. It's a little blue, like a colored light bulb. and it slips out of my hand, falls right on that pad, that little tube. I just happens to fall right on that concrete out of all this area that I'm standing in. It falls on this little 2x2, and I don't even think it's 2x2. It's probably more like an 18x18. It's a small little concrete area. Crashes right next to that broom, and in that moment I knew that I had put that broom there. And I knew that I put that broom there to tell myself, to get to tell myself, either, I think, letting myself know that, you know, I'm there to clean up your messes, bro, before you even make them. I'm like, letting myself know, I'm looking out for you. I see what's coming. I see what's coming. And I've got you. You know what I mean? Do your thing. Trust in it. Go with the flow. Trust in the universe. Trust in yourself. So, this I amness, the I am, I feel like, and I didn't figure it out at first. You know, it's been 5 days since I got this book, 5 or 6 days. And it wasn't until I read chapter 6, page 83, that it's talking about the I amness and the I am. And it hit me like a ton of, you know, and then I'd remembered the email, and I'd already told her about it, and I told her, man, that was weird, you know, that he sent that, then took it back. And it dawned on me, or at least I'm thinking now, that maybe my higher self sent that to me, or I don't know. I can't even, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if Kay sent it in another universe. I don't know if in another, you know, strand of reality. I don't know if I sent it to myself. I don't know if something from above messaged me. But the message was there. You are in. You're in the I am. Insane. It's just insane. I had to get this out here. I had to just talk about this. This is like therapy, talking. I know that there's going to be the douchebags that, you know, are going to say shit because they hate themselves and they hate life and they hate everything around them. But for the most part, this community I know is about love and light. And I know that almost everybody that watches this is, you know, seeking something, and what the things that they're seeking doesn't have to do with, you know, cynicism and degradation and tearing down. You know, it's about building up, shedding light, spreading love, connecting. So anyway, that's my deal. Like I say, I feel like I'm moving through. I'm starting to think that I'm getting a control on it. I think, you know, when I look at the clock, I almost feel like I'm creating that. So I feel like I am being, you know, that I am doing this. I feel like it's me doing all this. I just can't fit. But when I try to do it, like if I look at that clock and I try to make a change right now, 8:46, it's just going to stay there. Because when I'm trying to make it happen, it never happens. It's only when I'm not thinking about it, and I look, bing, there it is. So, anyway, peace out, bro. That's it.